England to me was just, it was dead on its arse. A lot of negative people, not everybody, but there's a lot of negativity going off. I didn't really want my kids growing up there. And when I came out, I said to her, I said, I'm going. I said, I made that decision. I said, in a roundabout way, I didn't mean it in a horrible way because it's my wife and I love her to bits. It was daunting, mate, because like I said, I was doing well in England. Things were going really well. I had a good business in England. That was coming towards its end because of some reason. I mean, there was a time when I thought I could probably be champion of England in BKFC, but that's took on. My baby was due to be born. We got told a lot of things about Penelopey that was heart-wrenching at the time. Like,
I mean, I was speaking to you on a regular basis when that wasn't going on, and there's one thing that I admired about you is that you would not accept it.
Yeah, no, I just said that, you know, it's healthy, but there's a condition called achondroplasia. Then 20 minutes later, they walked back in the room and they were just shocked. They went, she's perfect. There's nothing wrong with her.
Wow, that must have felt.
I've got goosebumps now.
So my name is Mickey Hodgson. I'm a very good friend of Arron Blakey's, and it was my idea to bring him on his own podcast to tell his story, going from the start to the end, and all the things he's been up and down with, and you know, you've been through a lot of turmoil since.
Yeah, it's not all been as sunshine and rainbows like everyone thinks.
Not everybody knows the ups and downs you've had because they'll just see this great life on Instagram and all that, but there's been a lot of stuff that you've had to go through to get where you are now. Yeah,
it has, mate. It's been tough, and I appreciate you bringing on my own podcast. I know this is not your kind of thing, but you volunteered for it and said, look, I want to do that.
I think the story should be heard, mate. Yeah, that's why.
Appreciate it.
It's a good idea, yeah.
Appreciate it, mate.
So, just tell us how it all started. What made you originally think, I'm going to move to Dubai? And, you know, was there anything that went on in the beginning before you come here that led you to this decision?
Well, my best friend at the time lived here. He moved out here. We came out on holiday to see him. And instantly when I got here, I just felt the difference in energy here, which I know you will have done too. Yeah. Obviously, you've moved here now. But yeah, the energy is just different here. You surround yourself with different people. I don't know, England to me was just, it was dead on its arse. A lot of negative people, not everybody, but there's a lot of negativity going off. I didn't really want my kids growing up there. It's got a lot worse since I left, I think. But yeah, I just came and I loved the energy of the place and I could see myself being here. But Gemma didn't really want to move at that point. I mean, I mentioned it to her and she was like, no, obviously a family, and she didn't want it. And then we came back out. And then when I came out, I said to her, I said, I'm going. I said, I made that decision. I said, in a roundabout way, I didn't mean it in a horrible way because it's my wife and I love her to bits. But I just basically said, I'm going. You ever come with me? You know, I'm going on my own. And when we came out, we looked at a few places, mate, and within a month, that was it. We planned to move out here. Yeah. It was daunting, mate, because like I said, I was doing well in England. Things were going really well. I had a good business in England. That was coming towards its end because of some reasons. Like, that's probably where it started. I got quite big with the business in England quite quick, which was like in the renewable energy stuff. And all of a sudden I took on a big contract and that company went bust on me, which sent the company a bust in a roundabout way. And that was like the beginning of the end really for it. And yeah, just decided to come here, mate. It was daunting because I didn't know really what I was going to do. I was still fighting at the time for BKFC. I had big plans with that. My shoulder went. I had a surgery on my shoulder. So I knew I needed to probably look for something else. Not that I thought I was going to be a world champion. I mean, there was a time when I thought I could probably be champion of England in BKFC, but that's took on, as you know, miles now. So it was like, well, I need to look on for something else.
Let's talk about your BKFC career. Yeah. And obviously the issues and the problems you've had with your injuries and things are, because people don't really know why you've just stopped fighting. Now, obviously it's out there that you've had a few injuries, but I don't think people know the severity of all the injuries and you've had surgery and things like that.
Some quite bad surgery. To be fair, when I had the surgery, I think the lads at the BKFC knew, and like, I didn't think it was going to be as bad as what it was, but when I actually went in for the surgery, he said I'd never fight again. Now, I got told that with my knee playing football, and I've played football again, probably not to the level that I wanted to, but yeah, it was bad. I shouldn't have really kept on going when I first did it, but I did. End of the day, I thought I'd still be able to do it. I carried on training and stuff after, and I was booked in to fight again after the surgery here in Dubai. And against a good opponent, which was something that we really wanted to do because, you know, I've had 2 fights in the BKFC. Yeah, I've finished them both in the first round, but they weren't to the opponents that I should, you know, I've just steamrolled them.
Yeah.
And I know myself, probably the rest of the fans, probably because wanted to see me have a real good test.
Yeah.
And the guy that I was going to be fighting, Vladan Iliev, he was that guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was. I watched him fight here in Dubai, and yeah, he's good.
Do you think that's maybe what made you keep trying and trying and trying?
Yeah.
Was to just
I wanted to
get
just
one of those fights.
Yeah,
out the way
I wanted for me.
Test yourself.
For me, like, and I wanted to basically show people, look, I can roll with it. I can go with them. Not listen. I've watched that Iliev. I'm not saying, I'd have definitely beat him, but I'd have stood my own with him.
Yeah, of
and I'd
course,
have had a tear up with him. And that's the kind of fight I wanted. The Pick Jardine fight. I mean, I'm good. You know, I talked to Pick Jardine. I'm friends with him now. I'd have liked that fight. Come forward.
That'd have been interesting.
Couldn't come forward fight and would have pagged it out. Again, win, lose or draw. But I wanted to show that I can fight with them.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm not saying people don't think that, but for myself as well, because I wanted to have a war. There was a few other fights out there. The George Fort fight, I respect George as well. Would he have been the fight that I wanted? Probably not, because I wanted to stand toe to toe. Mac Bygraves would have been the good fight.
Yeah,
he's another one that wants to stand toe to toe. But let's be honest, I've put a post on the other day. That ship's probably sailed. I can tell my kids I fought in the BKFC, but yeah, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth. But like I said, I was supposed to be fighting over here, and then. Yeah, my shoulder just was not right. I can't throw the hook. You've seen. I throw my hook, it just fails. It comes down. You've seen what it does, and it's like, I'd be doing it now just to say I'm fighting in the BKFC.
So what was the final straw where it made you just go, I'm just going to cut it because I know how stubborn you are.
Yeah.
And you want to see things through, and when you get something in your head, you
just
want...
sparring. I can remember sparring, just not being... It was just a tear up. There was not much... There was just the shoulder. But I'm not going to say that was the final straw, because the final straw was a lot of things going off at the time, which I'm sure we're going to dive into. But there was a lot going off at that time. My baby was due to be born, and she was obviously, we got told a lot of things about Penelopey that was heart-wrenching at the time. Like,
I mean, I was speaking to you on a regular basis when that wasn't going on. And there's one thing that I admired about you is that you would not accept it.
Yeah, no.
You would not accept, obviously the viewers probably don't know.
Yeah.
Not everyone will know, but obviously if you want to explain what were you told from the doctors?
Oh, it was awful. And like I said, we didn't even plan on having another baby here. And Gemma fell pregnant, and we talked about it and was like, yeah, go on, we'll go for it. And at the time, life was going really well. I was in a few investments, which I'll talk about after. But yeah, so we planned on having the baby. Everything was going great. We went in, everything was fine, the ones before, and we went in, and the doctor was like a German bloke doctor. And he just, he took ages through the scan, and then I could just tell something was wrong. And I could see Gemma getting really nervous. And at the end, he just said, I've got something I need to tell you. And I was like, my heart dropped. I thought, what is it?
Think the worst straight away.
Oh, well, yeah. Like, I could just tell by his mannerisms, the way he was looking, and then someone come in the room, and he said that your baby's got a condition. And I was like, fucking hell. And I know Gemma, she's a warrior.
Yeah.
She was like, what? And he just said that, it's healthy, but there's a condition called achondroplasia, which your baby's got, basically.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, what's achondroplasia? And this is the bit that really fucked me off. Mm-hmm. Because he just openly went, oh, well, have you seen the film Game of Thrones, or the series Game of Thrones? And I was like, yeah. He went, the main character? I was like, what? Main character? He went, the dwarf. And I was like,
what a way to put it across.
I know. That is exactly how we put it across. I went, so you're telling me the baby's going to dwarf? He went, well, I don't like to say dwarf. I'm more likely to say small person. And then Gemma was burst into tears. So I was like, mate, can you just tell me, hit me in the eyes with it, what is it you're saying? He went, we say 95% chance that it's going to have achondroplasia, which means small bones, small arms, small legs. Obviously, we dived into it, and he was trying to crack jokes, saying like, there's a town in South California full of little people, you could always go and move there. And I'm like, mate, this isn't the time or the place to be telling us this sort of stuff. And it really hurt us. Like, I can remember leaving that appointment, and there was like a short walk to the lifts, and Gemma just dropped to her knees, crying her eyes out. Like, and I was really upset, but I was trying to hold myself together for her.
And this was whilst you were living in Dubai?
Yeah, living in Dubai. So we went back to our house and we laid on the bed for about 8 hours. Just didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to expect. They were still telling us that there was a chance we could like abort it some sort of ways. I know it's illegal here. There was just all sorts going through our heads. And then I was just, even in that short time, I was like, I rung my mum and dad and I told my mum and dad, and oh God, I can feel the feeling I had now. And I was just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like Gemma was just like, how can you be like this? I'm like, I don't care. That's my daughter, and I would not turn my back on her when she's 18, and I will not turn my back on her now. Like I said, I just can't feel any way to like that poor child. Like we've got to give her the best life she can have. And anyway, this was going on for ages. But some days I'd just be driving the car and burst into tears because it was like, I was more worried for her. Like she's going to grow up, she's going to get the piss took out of her.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. Oh, it was horrible, but I know I had to just keep putting it in place, and then we just came to grips with it. You know, it's not long before you think that's my daughter, and that, you know.
Well, I mean, like I say, the conversations we were having from the start, that was just your mentality from the start, and that was to me very inspiring.
Yeah,
and it was a bit discouraging at first because obviously I was thinking I don't want you to, you know, think everything's going to be okay, and it's not. And then obviously it hits you, but you just were 100% adamant the whole time. And and now,
but then I kept saying to you, didn't I? I kept saying to you, my mum and dad, friends, because I was up at Box IQ at the time, and I was telling them, all the coaches there, I was like, she's going to be fine. I just know it. She's going to be fine. And I know people were looking at me like, you need to brace yourself just in case she's not. And I was like, obviously a part of me was like, I'm ready, but I was like, I was having dreams that she was coming out fine, and I was waking up in the morning. I manifest every day. I was like, she is going to be fine. And every day on my grateful list, I was writing, I'm so grateful for giving me Penelopey, who is perfectly healthy, and she's just not normal, because I don't want to say normal, because to anybody that has got children like that, it's not saying they're not normal, but I was visioning her just the bones being normal and everything being normal.
Yeah.
And do you know, every scan we were having, we were having to have extra scans, like, and they were even up to the last scan, they were saying that the bones were still short. Yeah. And I was like, well, it's measuring wrong.
Yeah.
There's something's not right. And I was saying to people, well, she might just have little bones. She might just have she might just be small.
Yeah. Did you get like second opinions?
Yeah. We left that hospital, and we've got a massive complaint against them.
Yeah.
Just the other way they handled it and stuff like that, because, you know, the trauma that it put us through, because you understand, like I say, going back to my training and that, I couldn't concentrate because everything that was going through. And you know, being a fighter yourself, you've got to be 100%. I was training to fight Iliev at this time.
Yeah.
Do you know, we were started a camp. We started 11-week camp, and this was up until about 6 weeks into camp. We were 6 weeks away when we pulled out the fight. I couldn't concentrate. I had everything that was going on there, and obviously investment stuff, which I said we'll go through. But yeah, so then last scan, we were having second opinions. They were just working with us. We're having a scan every single week. And they said that the head was really big. Like there was like, the head's really big. And I was just like, oh God, like what's going to... But then, like I say, all along, I thought she was going to be fine. Fast forward to the pregnancy, the day of the birth, you can imagine what it was like. Yeah. Normally you're excited, but it's like tense, like...
Yeah.
Oh, God, it was just... I thought that feeling was awful. Like, Gemma was amazing through the birth.
What was the feeling like when she came and she was normal and like, beautiful, honestly, big blue eyes?
Yeah, I can remember now. Like, I don't fucking watch when it's coming out. I stay way up at the top. I stay right up at the top. And, yeah, like, I could see Gemma looking at me, even though all the pain she'd have been in, she was just looking at me like, what's she like?
Yeah.
And I remember she came out and she looked perfect. She looked fine. But then they were like, right, just scooped her up, and they had to rush her off. They had to do brain scans, heart scans.
Yeah. Just
because of all the things that had gone on. And then 20 minutes later, they walked back in the room and they were just shocked. They went, she's perfect. There's nothing wrong with her.
Wow, that must have felt
I've got goosebumps now. And I just said, I told you. But I was
typical Blakey style.
I'm always right.
Told you.
I've only ever been wrong once, and that's when I thought I was right, but that's when I thought I was wrong, but I was right. So I was having a bit of a crack in the thing. I was like, I fucking told you she'd be all right. And like when they all left the room, like Gemma just burst into tears again. She's like, I can't believe it. I was like, she's like a little miracle baby, and she's actually got a little birthmark on her leg, a red love heart. on a leg. Like, just looks like the shape of a love heart, and we think that's like just kissed from an angel. So yeah, that was like all the rigmarole with all the pregnancy, that's enough on its own.
Yeah,
really.
Of course it is. So obviously everything's turned out with Penelopey.
Yeah,
that's all good, thank God. Where was it you were living then? Like, when you first moved over?
So yeah, we've moved 4 times since being here.
Yeah.
Obviously we didn't plan on that, but the first time we moved in was just where we wanted to get settled, and then yeah, I started doing a bit of business over here, which was like the investments and stuff like that, which there'll be a lot of people that know about, and there'll be a lot of people that don't know about. Which basically that's what's made life so hard at the start. I mean, when it was going through, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, I was earning really good money. It all started with that was a friend of mine from Doncaster back home got me into meeting this guy. I mean, I started off by trying to get him into trading. The guy, the lad from Doncaster. Obviously, I can't say any names for sort of reasons, but I said, look, you need to get on the trading thing that we're on, which again we'll talk about because that's a big part of me, big part of my journey here. But yeah, I started trying to get him into trading, and he was like, look, mate, you don't want to do this trading, you want to do these investments that I'm doing. In a roundabout way, it was, you give them the money. Obviously, there was more to this, but you give them the money, and in 3 months, you get 75%, 50 or 75% return on your investment. So I was like, all right, I like this. We'll have a go. My mate did a bit. I did a bit. I put 20 in to start. My mum and dad put 20 in, and we got the money back. Yeah, fucking 75% return on your money. I thought, all going well. And I did that 3 or 4 times, ended up putting up to like 50, 200 grand in. And I was like, this is ace, love it. So me and the person that was partner with us at the time, we made a proper business with it, where it was like a proper business. Everything was sorted through the business. And yeah, we just rolled with it like that. But we took on a lot of investments because everything was going so well. We took on a lot of investments. We were giving them, sometimes we were giving them 50% return or whatever, 75% return. And as we was bringing on more custom, we was getting more of an increase on the returns.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
We were maybe getting 1.5x returns. So we were keeping that. People were happy with 50, 75% return on the money. And then, so it was going great. And then all of a sudden it started like, we weren't getting some of it, because there was a lot of people that had maybe put 50 grand in, where they got the money back. They went again, or some of them just took the money and left it at that, which obviously turned out well for them. And then all of a sudden, he started messing around. Like the 3 months, it was like, mate, it's been 3 months. Like, it's over. And a long story, it was, but the guy that did it, he went to jail. He's out of jail now, and we've still not had much back. But he actually came to my baby reveal, the gender reveal which we had on the palm, and he was waiting for something. He said he was waiting for like a $10 million sale of the company, because the company was big. It was called L&L Luxury. He had a Rolls Royce Cullinan. He had the lot. He lived the life, and I seen it. He lived the life. And I did all my research into the company. So the business partner of the company, I nearly say his name, and I can't really say names. He was huge for me investing into it, because he was the main supplier of denim to big companies like Levi's and stuff. He was a big player. So we knew he was backed by someone big.
Yeah.
And then he was selling a part of the company. I don't want to go too much into it because I don't know how much I can say, but he was selling part of the company and was going to be getting like $10 million.
Yeah.
And then on the day, this had dragged on for maybe 10 weeks past our due date. Okay. So we was paying people their returns back out of the company. So we were down anyway, and there was, things going off like that. And on the day of my gender reveal, we were all having meals. Like there was probably 20 of us at this meal. And he was sat next to me. He took a phone call and he went, mate, I'm getting that money tonight. So we were due like $1.5 million at this point. So I'm buzzing. I'm thinking, this is it. I've everybody's going to get the returns back. Like I've got a big return coming. Everything was going great. And so just a bit of a funny thing. This is what, like, I didn't have a lot of money around me at this time. I'd put all my money back into the investments. Everything was costing a lot. Like I was worried because I moved into this big villa.
Yeah.
Like that was costing me stupid money. And I was worried, like, I didn't have much money around me, but he told me the money's coming tonight. My stupid mistake. Everybody, the bill came and it was like, I don't know, 20K. Well, dirhams, that's like what, 4.5, 5K.
I'll pay for it.
You know what I'm like?
Yeah.
I was like, look, I'll get this because you've all come for me. And they were like, are you sure? Are you sure? I was like, yeah, everyone having wine. So I paid it. Like, I could see Gemma looking like, what are you doing that for? I went, don't worry, the money's coming tomorrow. Oh, it's good I can laugh about it now. Anyway, the next day came and my mate was ringing me, the lad from Doncaster, who was like, have you heard about, I nearly said his name again, have you heard about so-and-so? I says, no, why? He went, he's been locked up. I was like, what? Oh, my heart sunk. I was like, what do you mean he's been locked up? They went, basically that, whatever was going on, I can't say too much, but whatever was going off with him selling his company, it's all been bullshit. It's all been bullshit. He's, the guy he was in partners with, he owes him a load of money. Oh, God. So, yeah, my heart sunk. He ended up getting locked up.
Yeah.
He was in there for about 6 months. We was having dialogue with him there. He was just basically saying he ain't got the money.
So in total, how much were you scammed for?
$2.3 million.
Crazy.
Yeah, $2.3 million. That wasn't all my money.
Yeah.
But it's what we've had to pay back.
Yeah.
So
you're actually paying back people who's been scammed through you being scammed.
Yeah. So basically, because we wrote out contracts, there's some people that didn't have contracts and I'm still paying them. I've agreed to pay them like half their investment back.
Yeah.
There's some people that got the full investment back. Some people got it back straight away because we managed to juggle it in through the business. Back now. So I had, you've seen my debt list.
Yeah.
I had 700 grand to pay back, including my mum and dad. And God, my mum and dad will get paid back, but they said they'll wait, other people paying back. So I'm paying back now as much as I can pay back. I've got it down to about 400,000.
So that's like a massive hit to take.
Well, it's a hit that I just didn't have.
And, and to see the position you've got to with yourself.
But I had nothing.
Yeah.
I had nothing. Like when we was going through all that, mate, like people look on my stories, and they think, oh, he's living the high life. And like, this came about me telling you, like people must think, obviously I'm doing all right now and we'll get to that, but I had nothing. Like I had nothing. When I say nothing, I had nothing. Like I don't know how. I even shock myself how I've got through it. But I always said to myself, I'll find a way. Like Gemma was like saying we need to go back to England. I went, that just is not an option. Like I'd rather be broke as fuck here than go back to England. I can't stand England. Yeah. I'm surrounded by the wrong people. I've met some great friends here. Like you see the friendship groups we're in, everybody bounces off each other. I had a lad help me out here, which I'm paying back as well. But, well, I swallowed my chewing gum. Yeah, so we'll cut that bit as well.
Keep that bit in.
So it was tough. Like at Christmas time, I had nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I've had conversations with you and I know like the hardship you were going through at that point sort of thing. And, and people won't ever believe this, but you were actually struggling to get Christmas presents for your kids. Yeah,
I was, Like we had next to nothing. We told Noah, obviously because he's a bit older, I just said, mate, you know I'll always get you anything, but you're going to have to understand, mate, that I can't do it. I just can't do it. We couldn't afford anything. Like I say, it was hard. It chokes me up a little bit now because I remember at the time we just kept saying, like, the Christmas day was rubbish. Like, but I just kept saying everything will be all right. I want everything to be all right. Like trading, this is where the trading was, like, it wasn't even took off then. I was just, I was earning.
You're just dipping in.
I was earning, but because I was concentrating on BKFC, so all that was happening at the same time as taking this fight with Iliev. Like, and there come a day where I was sitting in the gym, I just took my gloves off and I just walked out. I walked out the gym and I just went, I can't. My head is doing backflips every day.
Was it like a sort of point where the penny dropped and you thought you're going to have to stop juggling so many balls? And
do you know how many people said that same thing to me?
Focus into doing one thing.
That so many people just said, mate, you're doing that much, you're doing investments, you're a bit fighting professionally. I was fighting so I was training twice a day. Mm-hmm. You've got a baby on the way, you've got fucking your trading that you're doing. Do you not think you're doing too much? And I thought, well, I just need to. I'm trying my hardest to get something going.
To make something work.
Yeah, like I thought I'd made it with the investments thing.
Yeah.
Do you know, I was due back nearly £1 million to myself.
Yeah.
So I thought that's me done. But I generally think that it was all lessons at the time. That I still do think now. I went through what I went through, not the Penelopey thing, but the business. Like, because I learnt so many lessons through all that. Like, never will I do them things again. And I even think now that I'm getting the reaps, the rewards. You know, I believe in universe, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Every day I woke up, I fucking manifested every day and wrote down, everything's going to be all right. I'm grateful still. I'm still grateful. I was grateful for going through what I'd gone through.
Yeah.
So even when I was broke and I had nothing, I was grateful for it.
You learned some valuable lessons.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm grateful that you've put me through this, because I know that you're teaching me something. And the lessons, there was a load of lessons in there that I learned. Like, but I know I was going to be all right. Gemma was like, Gemma was worried, but I don't get worried. I just think, what's the point in worrying about it? Like, it's not going to change anything.
Yeah.
I just fucking work harder.
I need to take some of that advice, don't I?
Yeah, of course. But I tell you, and you do, you worry for all the wrong reasons, and so does everybody. Like, I always say, I live by, don't worry about anything that you can't control.
Yeah.
If you can't control it, what are you worrying about it for?
Yeah.
Just acknowledge the situation and do something about it. Don't sit there worrying about it, wasting your energy, sitting up at night.
Yeah.
Go to sleep, but when you go to sleep, tell yourself, tomorrow's going to be a great day.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go and smash that day. And people might sound cringy, but it fucking works.
Yeah. Positivity.
Positive.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear any negativity. Just like, all right, shit, all right, but it's going to be all right.
Yeah.
All right, that's happened. And what? It's going to be all right. And I can talk now to people and say, mate, I've been through it all. I've been telling my daughter's going to be like, you know, I've achondroplasia. I've had shoulder surgery. I did this. I've been robbed for this, and I still woke up saying it's going to be all right. So if I can do it, please don't anyone else just say that, because you can do it. Like, that's what I say. Yeah. And even Gemma used to say to me, my own wife, who knows what much about, how do you wake up every day just thinking everything's going to be all right, mate? Because it's the only option I've got. What am I going to do? Sit there and say, everything's going to be shit?
Yeah.
No.
So we'll get on to how you've actually managed to turn it around. So you've gone through the Penelopey, you've had your BKFC career shortened through injuries and things like that, which obviously stopped you from wanting to do sort of your dream.
Yeah.
And then you've been scammed for £2.3 million. So how did you pick yourself back up from all of that?
Honestly, mate, I couldn't tell.
And how have you managed to stay on track and get to a point where, you know,
Listen, I'm not out the woods yet, you know that. I've still got plenty of things that I'm paying off. And this is me being totally honest. Not a lot of people come out and say that. I've still got things that I'm paying off. But I've had to fit it into me growing as well, because I can't just pay off everything. I'm doing my best, and people understand that. So all the people that invested know that I've still got to live my life. I've still got to grow my business. I've still got to put food on the table. I've still got to do these things. But I'm paying off money. So I'm paying off a lot of money each week, £5,000 to £10,000.
Yeah.
Which you know personally.
I know, personally.
So, and that's got to be divvied out to people.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not just I can pay that person. No, I've got to be fair and say, look, I'm paying off what you put back, which not a lot of people would do.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, it's an investment, mate. Shit happens. I've lost it.
That's
You've lost it. But no, I want to stand by my word. And I said this to one of my friends the other day. I know once it's paid off, that holds me quite well. Like, I lost all that money. I had fuck all money and I'm still paying you back. Not a lot of people would have done that. So what I decided to do is what you're doing now.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm going to go on to this with you because, you know, even though you brought me on here, I think you've got quite a good story as well. So I'm going to go on to that at the end. But so I knew that trading, I lost a lot of money at trading. I lost nearly 50 grand in my first week doing trading. That was my own fault. Just gambling and not having the group that I had now. Like I just, fucking hell. But I knew all the way through it all that it worked.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, I can remember saying to Gemma, bear in mind Gemma knew how much money I'd lost in trading. I was like, maybe I'll ask my dad to lend me some money and I'll just stick it in trading. She went, are you fucking mad? I was like, no, but I can do it. I know I can. And she was like, no, that's not going to work. And I was like, but I'm doing well. At this point, I maybe had 20, 30 clients, obviously, in my community.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, I need to run at this. I'm going to do some content and I'm going to do, you know, I'm really going to throw myself at the content and I'm going to push this. And Mickey, you know this works.
Yeah.
You know it works.
Oh, I know.
The hardest part of the trading is getting people to not over risk, getting people to follow it. And it is so hard when you see how much money can be earned.
Yeah.
So anyway, I started doing that. That was another thing. I was having to make content like in Lamborghinis and doing stuff like this when I owed people all this money.
Yeah.
So, and I had to ring them up and say, like, I had a mate of mine that lent me, like, he helped me out, like, massively. So lent me 50K to get me out of the shit. And I'm paying him back. He's honestly, I'm forever grateful for him. But I had to ring these people up saying, mate, please don't watch my stories.
By the way.
Yeah. By the way, I haven't just bought a Lamborghini. That is all for just a bit of... And I even say on the videos, look, this is not my Lamborghini. My mate's lent me it today. But I didn't want it to come across like, mate, are you having a fucking laugh? You owe me this money and you're driving around a Lamborghini. I was like, I'm doing it to make you the money back.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know, I'm making these videos because, you know, it looks good, but I mean, I'm still doing well, but I'm going to get better to pay you the money back. So yeah, everyone understood. They were like, look, we get it. But then obviously now I've started paying them good chunks of money back. It's all good. But yeah, so I started rolling off, like just growing the community, mate, like growing the community. Like I went down to where I was earning. Like obviously I get paid from the broker. The more people I get in, the more I get paid. But my job is to make sure people trade well, they take the good signals, you know, and we teach them how to do it. And the better they do, the better I do.
Yeah, of course.
So obviously, I get paid well now.
Yeah.
You know, and it's gone really well. And through all this heartache, we had to move house again. Then we had to move house again because we needed a bigger house because Penelopey was born. But we're all settled now in like a house, and got it done nice, and you know, I'm doing well again. But I cannot believe in the space of a year, like this time last year, we had nowhere to live, we had no money, we'd just been robbed 1.3 million. I just, you know, found out my daughter was going to be disabled, and there's a lesson in there to everybody. Like, just keep putting one foot in front of the other, keep fucking, and things will be all right.
Yeah,
and things aren't always going to be all right, but they will be all right. Everything will be all right. There's always a way. Same with anyone that goes through any money problems. I dare say that anyone listening to this has not been, well, they probably have, but the majority won't have been through the money problems that I've just said.
No, not many people can go into the millions.
Can you say that you've been in £1 million worth of debt? And don't get me wrong, it's not all me. The partner that was in the business has done his fair share and more. He's paid a lot of people back. And I've got the people that I got invested back. So there's been a lot of hard work pulling it back, and I'm not big-headed in one way, and I don't want anyone to think that, but I always knew I'd pull it back. Yeah, I always knew there'd be a way. I always knew that I'd get to where I'm at now, and I ain't even scratched the surface yet, and I'm doing really well. You know, I'm pushing 6 figures a month. Yeah, every month really. So I ain't even, you know, that because you're doing it, that's not even a scratch in the surface what you can do in this space.
It's bottomless.
So. Yeah, it's going well, but obviously, like I say, you've come on board of this now. And I remember with you, mate, because you went through a bit of shit, and I remember a point where I was saying to you, just believe me, you will do really well at this. And there was a time you did it a little bit, then you didn't do it, and I was like, and same with Justin. Yeah, he did it, didn't do it, and I went, mate, listen to me. Because I've been there. Don't look at me like, oh, you think you know it all. Just listen and take it in. If you do this, you can earn what you want. Yeah.
I mean, you kept on sort of going on at me, trying to get me more involved. And at first I was just a bit dubious, or what most people are. But
everybody is.
I don't think I'd have been even given a chance if it wasn't the fact I was so good friends with you, because I just never believed in it really. No. And if it wasn't the fact of our friendship, I would never even have tried it. If I'm completely honest.
Yeah, but then you went through it. You blew an account. You weren't doing it right. And then when you do it right, it's boring because the excitement comes from when you're putting big trades on and you're earning, grand off it. And I say to people, that's good, but it's not what you should be doing. Yeah. And then obviously when you've moved to Dubai now, and you've really, really put your mind and everything into it. You're networking, you're meeting people that's already in it, that has come into our group. Because I'm not just saying this, our group is one of the best groups. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying it's the best.
I think it offers more.
It offers far more. Like, our signals are really good. The education you get, there's 3 Zoom calls a week, like with training, like teaching you actually how to trade. And now we're starting to see, this is why we've got over 700 members in the group now. Bear in mind, I had 30. Yeah. And we've grown it with the likes of you coming in, Justin, and all the other affiliates. We've grown it, and it's a very good community. I mean, I've met some great people through it, as you have. I mean, me and you have become like brothers.
Yeah.
Like literally, I've never had that. Like the friendship we have, we can wind each other up, and it just clicks. Like I said to you, I can be myself fully around you.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to care about if I'm pissing you off. You're going to piss me off. I'm going to piss you off. That's brotherly. But then I know I could just pick the phone up and go, I need you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And I said this to Gemma. I said that I've never met anybody that I have the connection with Mickey with. We're both mad as a box of eggs.
Yeah.
Like we're both like
just a bit.
Just and like I say, it's that you don't have to worry about what you're thinking or like, I just know that I'm in a better place when you're there, and you know I just love you being here, and I love the friendship we've got. But I met other people through this. I've obviously got James, who I do the trading with. We've got like partners in it ish. Well, I've met some great people over here, and what I found here is that I don't know. There's a lot of listen. I keep myself away from the crowd that I don't want to get into, and there'll be a lot of like pretentiousness in there. But I surround myself with just great people here, like Lee Hanford, my barber. You've met him.
Yeah.
I just click with him.
Good energy.
Great energy. I feel the energy now, and this is what me and you talk about a lot. If the energy's not right, I'm not interested. Yeah, simple as that. The energy has to be there. And this doesn't mean that you're a dickhead or you're a knob or anything, whatever you want to say. It's just you're not on my energy, and that's that. And I think too many people like they'll put it in the bracket as he's a dickhead. Him, no, he's probably not. He's somebody else's dickhead that he'll get on with. Do you know what I mean? And I've learned this. Like you don't have to be everybody's friend, and you don't. No. I used to try and fit into a crowd.
Yeah.
Then I'd never do that now.
Yeah.
I'd never do that. I think it's just not for me.
Yeah.
But the people like you or like that, my mate Lee, I'm meeting people over here all the time. I just think they are my people. Like I went golfing the other day with a lad Benji I met out here, and a couple of the ex-pros, Jamie Ward and Matt Lowton, and I just think they're my kind of people. Yeah, so I could just feel it. But then there's other people that I've met, and I'm like, look, just not for me. Yeah. Like, and I don't want to feel like I'm forcing my way in. Like there was a couple of lads I like, but then I thought, I don't really like what they're doing. Or, you know, you're the same. I ain't come over here to go about partying. I've been out.
No.
I've been out to probably, if you can call it a club, one club since I've been here in nearly 2 years. Me and Gemma's had a few nice nights. We've had a few, but it's just not me anymore. And I think people over here think that you're doing it.
I think I've drunk less in the last... Less drinks in the 5 weeks I've been here.
But that's why you are where you are now.
It's
because I said this to you. I'm like a big brother at the minute to you. And you will be with me, I'm sure, in sometimes. But and you don't need telling, but it's nice to like. You wanted to get to where you wanted to be, and you hadn't even scratched the surface, by the way. Like your potential's huge, but you probably didn't believe where you could get to where you got to now.
Well. This wasn't going to go back to. If it wasn't the fact that I was so close to you and seeing you going through all this stuff and then knock down the floor, getting yourself back up, knock back on the floor, and just always believing, oh, listen, it's going to be all right, it's going to be all right. You inspired me to really give this, really give this.
I hope
100%.
I hope it. Like this is why another reason why I want to do it, because it should be inspiring. Because mate, I said this to you the other day, and I mean it. I used to cry, and I'm not a crier. But you know, the emotion, I can remember where I was and everything. I just sat on the sofa at the house. And that point there, I understand why people take their own lives. Because I just didn't know what else to do. Mm-hmm. I had friends that I owed money to, and I thought, do they think I've scammed them? I was hearing rumours back home saying, oh, he's robbed everybody. And I just thought, I can't even afford fucking
Christmas presents.
Yeah, for my own kids. And you think I'm robbing people. But I honestly had enough, and I was drinking at the time.
Yeah,
and drinking at home. And I honestly, at that point, I'd never do that because it's selfish. I've got kids. I've got a wife that are dependent on me. Mm-hmm. But I honestly, at that point, think I understand why. Because I just thought, what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point? Where do I go from here? Where do I go? Like, how the fuck am I going to get out of this? Although I was waking up thinking everything's going to be all right, at points of the day, I was like, what am I going to do? I mean, what am I going to do?
When I was back at home, I think I was just on the road to nowhere. Like, obviously, I was up here. I was doing well for myself.
Great in your job,
a great career. I was like one of the best performing, and then to have it all snatched away from me, which I'll not go into reasons why, but have it all snatched away from me, and then obviously then all the other things with my daughter and things like that. I was just bottom.
I remember speaking to you.
I was at bottom, and you'd phone me regularly on a daily basis and check in, and I couldn't be positive.
No, I know, and it's hard.
There was just no positivity in me at the point.
I know how hard it is them times to find, because you sort of think, well, mate, what do you want me to be positive about?
Yeah.
but what other option you got?
Yeah.
And so now maybe looking back, you've been through a lot of turmoil, because I know what you've been through, and it'd rip a lot of people open, but use that as positives now. I think you can, right. What I always say is you've always survived. You've survived every one of your bad days. Yeah. So when you think like, on that day where I was sat on that couch and I was thinking I couldn't understand why people take their own lives, I survived it.
Yeah.
I'm here now, and I got
survived a few.
You have.
Yeah.
You've survived where you just think, what more do you want to throw at me? Well, guess what? You threw back.
Yeah.
You've smiled since. You've laughed since.
Yeah.
You've had a beer since. You've made money since. You know, you've everything that you've done since. Obviously, I know you've got a few issues that you're still dealing with, but it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It will be fine. Might take time. But you've got to just see the better picture of everything every time. Every time you look at a picture in your head, make it positive. Like, and people, again, I don't care if you don't believe in it. It works for me. I manifest and I picture things every day. I even when I was driving a car and I wanted the car that I wanted, I remember driving down to, it was to one of my physios for my shoulders. I remember it. And there was a big building, mirrored building. And I'd look in the building and I wouldn't see my car. I'd see the car that I wanted. And I could see it.
Well, I do.
Yeah. But do it.
Yeah.
And do it so where you see yourself in them things. And I believe in this sort of stuff. Your brain doesn't know the difference between real life and the picture you create in your head. So if you keep fucking creating that picture all the time.
I'm seeing it now. I'm in the best position I've been in a long time.
But be grateful.
Yeah, I am grateful.
And I know you do every day. You say even to me or to Gemma, you're grateful, and you've got to be grateful for where you are, because the world, whatever you want to believe in, God, the universe, the higher power, will keep throwing you things until you learn. Until you realise. And I think that thing that I went through was a big test.
Yeah, 100%.
And I changed a lot of things. And do you know what? I removed a few people from my life.
Yeah.
You know, I removed a few people from my life that were probably, the closest to me, but I knew there was a few things that I just didn't, I didn't keep liking. And I just thought, no, sometimes you've got to cut off a bit of yourself to grow.
That's correct, yeah.
You've got to cut off a bit of yourself to grow, and you've got to realise it. And I've learnt now.
Charles Bronson quote that.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So I've learned, if I see anything red flaggy, same as in a relationship, if I see any red flags, I'm just going to cut it off there.
Yeah.
It's the same way me and you met. If there was we met, didn't we? But obviously we grew friends. But say if I met someone tomorrow and I thought, you're right, good lad. And then he lied to me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that's a no-no for me.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be a dick. I'd just come away.
Cut it off.
Because I think, if you're friends and stuff, you should be able to just tell the truth all the time, no matter how bad it is. If you come to me tomorrow and went, Blakey, I need to tell you this, I've fucking crashed your car. Do you know what I'm just, I'm off the top, or I don't know, you should just
Couldn't
be able
really lie about that though, could I?
No, but I know it's not a very good example.
Yeah.
But you should just be able to just be honest and not tell me lies. And
you should feel comfortable enough to be able to
just tell me the truth. Because I'm that close, I'm not bothered anyway.
Yeah.
There's not much you could tell me that you've done wrong that, especially you, how close you are. I think you could tell me anything. I'd be like, so?
Yeah.
I've been there. I've done some bad things.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm constantly learning, and I just do believe that this last year has taught me a hell of a lot. I've cleansed my soul a little bit, and I've got in my life right now what I need in my life. I don't want anything fancy, even though, I'm earning great money. This is another thing. I'm earning great money. I might be doing 6-figure months, but I don't feel like I'm.
Yeah, because you're
I'm paying a lot out and trying to get myself out of the mess that was in. Obviously, we owed a bit of money in, but I'm doing well. I know things will get a lot better than what they are. My targets are, I've actually bought some cigars.
Yeah.
We see my cigar box, and I've wrote, I'm not one of them that wants to be, I don't even want to take pictures of it because I think it's cringy. But it's just, I didn't know that cigars cost that much money.
I think I remember when you walked in the shop and went, what?
I went, I'll have that one. And he went, right, that's on. Fuck, what? So I thought, right, what I'll do is I'll buy a special cigar. I've got 8 of them now in my box, and I'm going to wrap round a goal on the cigar. And when I reach that goal, I said it because the guy was telling us, wasn't he? It's more of a moments thing. It's more of an enjoy the moment. Like, you sit in the cigar, put the taste in your mouth. So I went, right, I've got my box in my office, and I've wrote like a few big goals on there. And then when I get them, I'll smoke that cigar on the balcony. I've only got one chair on my balcony. It's my balcony. I don't want anyone there. Gemma can't even come out there. So yeah, that's been where we're at to really now. And obviously the trading's flying. And yeah, I can't ask for any more really.
Yeah. Well, like I say, mate, it's changed my life for sure.
Yeah.
It's changed my whole way I feel and everything like that, because I didn't have no focus, and as much as I would try and do something, I was just getting it stripped away from me back at home.
I know, yeah.
And over here,
and all I kept saying was just keep going.
Yeah.
When I was going through it as well, and this is what I tried saying to you, someone said to me, the storm will pass.
Yeah.
Storms pass. But at the time you think, well, I fucking wish it would, because you just feel like you're getting chinned. It's like, what? But it does, and you feel it. I can feel with you, there's the energy shift with you. I mean, I've known you for a while, knew who you were, and I can see a huge change in you. Like, I think you're changing your, not personality, you're changing, you know, if you don't mind me saying, you're 40 this year or 40?
40
you're 40,
year,
and I think you're just changing
Thanks
now. Like you've had, you know, an eventful life. Yeah. You've been a party animal.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, I just want the best for you. So when I tell you, like, look, you need, and you're focusing on business now, networking, you're not interested in going partying, you know, and being the last one at a party. I can see that them days are like, you're like, look, if I want to really progress, and we've got people around us where we can think, that's where I want to be.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
That's where I want to be. And it doesn't mean you're a snob or saying, look, I'm not really interested in partying
Just have different goals.
You've just fucking you've completed partying.
Yeah,
You've got every medal there is in partying. You're a fucking goat in partying. And, you know, and I sort of said the same, like, you know, I've done my first session and all that. Like, I'm not arsed.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to get me where I want to be.
No.
I want to be a fucking multimillionaire and have multiple businesses and pull myself completely 180, and it's not going to happen by drinking all the time. How it is going to happen is surrounding yourself with the right people.
Yeah.
Because the sayings I love, you know, you want to be successful. If you hang around with 5 successful people, you'll be the 6th. Yeah. If you hang around with 5 idiots, you'll be the 6th.
Yeah.
You hang around with 5 drug addicts, you'll be the 6th.
Yeah, of course.
You've just got to put yourself in them circles, you know. And I like to say as well, and again, I'm not trying to say I know it all.
Yeah.
But I've learned a lot. And if I can teach one person that watches this, just one little thing, that's me done. I think you should surround yourself with somebody where you want to be.
Yeah.
Do you know, somebody that you think, fuck, he's doing really well, he is. And I admire him. And I want to learn a bit off him.
Yeah.
Put one of them in your group. You want people that are on your level. You want a few people that's on your level, that's on the same mindset as you, me and you.
Yeah.
You know, we're on the same thing. We're on the same path. We want to go hiking. We want to go this. We want cleansing our soul. We want to manifest. We want positivity. So you need a few of them in your group because they're on yours. And then you also need people where you were. Because remind you a little bit and help them.
Yeah.
Because you get something from it.
Yeah.
You're not going to like look down on them. You're going to be like, mate, I was there.
Well, I was there.
Yeah.
I was down there.
So you can be like, not down there, it's wrong. It's wrong. But you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
So you need people that you look up to. You need people that's on your level, and you need people that you can think, that's where I was, and I bet I can help him. I can help him. But you can't help everyone, as you've probably learned. Sometimes you think, oh, you're just not helping me. I'm trying my hardest with you. I'm only trying to help you. Maybe you're not ready for the help. But there'll be some people go, oh, fucking hell, I could just do with that hand up.
Yeah.
You know, how did you just make that one step up to where you are? And that is what I'm trying to do at the minute. Like, some people think, oh, fucking hell, he thinks, you know, I don't give a shit about you.
You've certainly helped me, mate. I can't thank you enough for how much I've changed since.
Mate, I've still got a lot of changing to do. Yeah. And I said this to you, do you know when you actually started going for it, I said, I've seen a difference in you. I said to Gemma, I've seen a difference in him. He's fucking got that bit between his teeth now.
Yeah.
You know, he's waking up early. He's doing these things. He's, you know, and whatever's happened recently, I think that's really good for you as well. And I just think focus on you a little bit.
Yeah, that's what.
Because, you know, focus on yourself a little bit. Get you, and again, we're like our own little shrinks between us. If I need a chat with you, but that's where it's good. But just focus on yourself a little bit, because while you're working on yourself, and like I've been there, luckily I had a wife and stuff, but while you're working on yourself and you've got a few things you need to work on yourself, you can't really help anybody else.
Yeah.
You've got to get yourself to the point where you're all right.
Yeah.
So I think at the minute, just work on yourself. You've got some great people around you. I mean, mate, this is just a start for you. What I always say to you is, anything I've ever told you a lie.
No.
As it all started to come into action.
Yeah.
And anybody that's been in our group, or anyone that I help for free, I'm not saying I help people and this is a call to say, contact me and I'll fucking give you coaching. It's not about that. It's just sometimes people might need a chat. How did you get through what you got through? And if I tell you things, like I had a guy on a call the other day, I have Zoom calls with my clients. I'm like, mate, just do me a favor on the roundabout way. Stick to this, and only that. And let's have, and this will happen.
Yeah.
And I spoke to him the other day and he was like, mate, everything is happening what you said. I went, I want talking shit. It's just so hard to see it when there's so much smoke there.
You said give you 6 weeks, and I'm only 4.5
That's
weeks.
True.
In.
I forgot about it. I said 6 weeks. Give me 6 weeks of hard work.
And I've already smashed the target.
And you are smashing it, mate, to be fair. Like that money that you're earning now, I know we were here, but back in England, that'd be stupid money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you're doing well.
I'm on the equivalent of what was when I was in a good...
And you were grafting your arse off.
I was grafting, yeah. I'm on the equivalent of that now, yeah.
What did I say to you today? You want to work as little as possible.
For as much as possible.
For as much as possible.
That's it.
That's want to work as little as you can for as much as possible. But that don't mean that you're grafting. It just means you're working up here a little bit.
Yeah.
And you can still have a great life here. You can still do everything that you want to do, but just work smarter. And I guarantee working smarter is just meeting the right people.
Oh, definitely.
All you need to do is, especially here, mate,
putting myself in this environment is what's...
You walk down the street or go to where that cafe we ate this morning.
Yeah.
You could be sat next to someone, get a conversation. What do you do?
Yeah.
But all of a sudden you've got a network.
Start a business.
Yeah, that's it. You could start a business the next day. Like I always say, I want to meet one new person every day.
Yeah.
Like it's one of my goals every day. I want to meet one new person that I can connect with, whether it be going to the golf club. I mean, golf is great for networking, by the way. So you need to get better at golf because you're shite. But that is one good thing to do. And with you, even just going out, I mean, when we went out to watch that Real Madrid game, when your friend was over, you met someone that night.
Yeah.
Like that's just it's as easy as that. And I mean, you could talk the back end of a bus. but I mean, you're good because you're good at talking. You've got great network skills, which why you being in this environment is gold dust.
Yeah.
You can meet people all the time.
Yeah.
So, like that's my story so far for 18 months. I don't think we've missed much out. I mean, we have, but that's the roundabout, the conclusion.
I think we covered quite a lot.
Yeah, definitely, mate. But I mean, what we'll do is I think I might get you on in a couple of months' time.
Yeah.
A couple of months' time, let things develop a little bit, go through your story. I mean, like I say, I don't want to let things settle on a few things, but yeah, we'll get you on there, mate, because I think on here, should I say, get you on here.
Let's do it.
Because there's some good things that you could go through, but I want you to just keep smashing these goals.
Yeah.
And mate, maybe we can say what you went through, follow on from the back of this, and then where you were at, because you will be where I am at now before you can say hallelujah.
That's the goal.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for having me on my own
Cheers,
show.
pal. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.